Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL news cycle lately, you know that this offseason has been anything but quiet, especially for the Steelers. But this latest development, this potential trade, could be a game changer, not just for the Steelers, but for the entire AFC North. And it revolves around Jakobi Meyers, a wide receiver who's been making waves since he entered the league. The Raiders, after a lot of back and forth, are now in a tricky spot with Meyers. You see, he was supposed to be their top wide receiver this year, particularly because the team has lacked reliable talent at that position for quite some time. The thought was, with him on the roster, Las Vegas would have a solid weapon to help Derek Carr or whoever the quarterback might be. But now, things are changing. Jakobi Meyers, in a surprising move, requested a trade just before the start of the season. And that's a huge deal, folks. When a player of his caliber asks out, it sends shockwaves through the league, and especially to a team like the Raiders, who didn't expect to lose their leading receiver so close to the season. What's even more interesting is that Meyers and the Raiders had been trying to negotiate a new contract, but they just couldn't reach an agreement. That's often the first sign that a player might be looking for a fresh start, a new opportunity where he feels he can grow and be more central to the offense. And as you might expect, with Meyers wanting out, other NFL teams are already lining up, ready to make a deal. The Raiders, valuing Meyers highly, have indicated they're not just going to give him away, but it's clear that with his trade request, his value has skyrocketed. Teams are now calling the Raiders, trying to get their hands on him, and one team that stands out as a perfect fit is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, why would the Steelers be interested? Well, if you've been following the team this offseason, you know that Pittsburgh has been all in on making a run for the Super Bowl. After coming close in recent seasons, they're determined to take that extra step, and adding a player like Meyers could be exactly what they need to bolster their passing attack. The Steelers have been aggressive in this offseason, bringing in veteran talent like Aaron Rodgers, trying to get that veteran leadership and quarterback stability. They've also added some key pieces like DK Metcalf, who's already proven to be a game changer on the outside. But after Metcalf, the depth at wide receiver takes a noticeable hit. Robert Woods is currently the WR2, and while Woods is experienced, he's not quite the same explosive threat he once was. That creates a perfect opportunity for Pittsburgh to make a move, especially with Meyers available. You see, Meyers is coming off his best season yet, where he amassed over 1,000 yards receiving with 4 touchdowns. That was a clear indication that he's still ascending, still capable of being a top-tier receiver in this league. And pairing him with Metcalf, with a quarterback like Rodgers who can elevate the passing game, could turn the Steelers' offense into one of the most dangerous in the AFC. Let's talk a little about Meyers' background. He's been in the league since 2019, initially making his mark with the New England Patriots. Over his career, he's accumulated over 600 receiving yards and 20 touchdowns. His route running is precise, and he's shown an ability to find the soft spots in defenses, making him a reliable target. Last season, in particular, he proved he's more than just a role player. He's a legit threat, capable of carrying a significant portion of the offensive load. For the Steelers, acquiring Meyers isn't just about adding depth, it's about upgrading their entire passing attack. With Metcalf stretching defenses on the outside, Meyers working the middle and the short to intermediate routes, and Rodgers orchestrating the offense, the potential for explosive plays skyrockets. Imagine the possibilities, especially in the red zone, where Meyers, reliable hands and route savvy can be a real difference maker. Now, from the Raiders' perspective, trading Meyers makes strategic sense. They're entering a new era, with Pete Carroll now coaching the team, and they need assets to build the roster the way they want. Holding onto Meyers, especially with his contract situation and trade request, might not have been the best option long-term. Moving him now, while his value is high, allows the Raiders to recoup draft capital or young players to help rebuild the roster under Carroll's leadership. It's a smart move, especially considering the NFL's business side, Teams are always looking to adapt and optimize their cap space and roster needs. But let's focus again on what this means for the Steelers. It's not just about filling a hole at wide receiver, it's about making a statement. The team is serious about contending. They're investing in veteran leadership, yes, but they fully understand that to beat the best, they need to have the best weapons. Meyers could be the missing piece that propels this team into that championship conversation. And with the Steelers' history of developing players and maximizing talent, I believe Meyers could thrive in Pittsburgh's system. With a quarterback like Rodgers, who's known for his precision passing and ability to elevate his receivers, Meyers could see a resurgence, a career boost that benefits both sides. And the timing couldn't be better. The trade window is still open, and rumors are swirling. The Steelers have the assets, and Meyers' situation with the Raiders makes him a prime target. If this deal happens, it could shift the entire landscape of the AFC North. The division has been competitive, with the Bengals, Ravens, and Browns all making moves of their own, but a genuine, proven receiver like Meyers in Pittsburgh could be the spark that takes the Steelers to the next level. It's not just about talent, it's about the chemistry, the leadership, and the ability to perform under pressure. Meyers has shown he can do that, and in Pittsburgh, with the right environment, he could become a key piece in a team that's hungry for another Super Bowl appearance. Now, it's worth mentioning that this kind of move isn't just about adding a player, it's about signaling intent. The Steelers are not content to just rebuild quietly, they want to compete now. They're making bold moves, investing in veteran talent, and looking for players who can make an immediate impact. Meyers fits that mold perfectly. His experience, combined with the offensive weapons already in place, could make the Steelers' passing game one of the most formidable in the league. And if the trade goes through, it will be a statement to the rest of the AFC. Pittsburgh is serious about chasing that Lombardi trophy once again. Of course, the Raiders have their reasons for wanting to move Meyers. With a new coaching regime and a different vision under Pete Carroll, they're looking to build long-term assets. Trading Meyers now, before the season starts, gives them flexibility and capital that could be crucial for their future plans. It's a strategic move, and for the Steelers, it's a golden opportunity to add a proven player to their roster without giving up too much. This kind of deal, if it comes to fruition, could define the trajectory of the AFC North this season. It's the kind of move that could inspire the Steelers to elevate their game, to push past their rivals, and to finally bring home that elusive championship. So, fans, keep your eyes on this story. The potential trade of Jakobi Meyers to the Steelers isn't just a rumor. It's a real possibility that could reshape the division and boost Pittsburgh's Super Bowl aspirations. And remember, this team has a rich history of overcoming adversity, of rising to the occasion when it matters most. Meyers could very well be the missing piece in their puzzle, a player who can deliver under pressure, who can make those clutch catches when it counts. The Steelers are building a team that's ready to fight for everything, and this move could be the spark that ignites their championship run. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential deal? Do you think Meyers would fit perfectly in the Steelers' offense? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in black and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team. This is the kind of move that can define a season, and we want to know what you think. Will this trade happen? How do you see Meyers fitting alongside DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers? Can he be the player that takes the Steelers back to the Super Bowl? Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest Steelers news. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this conversation going. Go Steelers!